You know, there's a good road. Anytime you went on the road in this league, it's big. Especially when we're walking in the gym and the students back on campus for the first time and it's a sellout, and it was really hot in there. I don't know if you guys noticed. Like, I was soaked in there. So, and our kids fought it and won the game.
Cal, early in the year when the offense was sort of a mess, you were talking about these guys won't share the ball. Second half, you had 11 assists on 17 made shots.
Yeah, but the first half, Ashton had 10 shots, and they were mostly jump shots. What are you doing? So what are you going to try to get 25 shots coming home? I mean, you average 11 shots a game. You have 10 in the first half. But it wasn't just him, it was a bunch of us. We wouldn't pass the ball to each other. And when you play that way, the game is hard.
Questions?
You guys can let me go, really. It's fine.
You also kept saying early in the season, you know, this is a good shooting team. Emmanuel, I think over the last 3 games, is shooting like 55% now from three. Is this just the universe, the law of averages correcting itself? Do you feel like this is the kind of shooting
Well,
team?
you also have Nate now. So you have Nate, Emmanuel, Tyrese, who hasn't been shooting it as well as he needs to, but Ashton can shoot threes too. I mean, Ashton's play at halftime was big. Because if he doesn't make that, all of a sudden this is a different game and they get the ball to start the half, all of a sudden it gets to 12, 13, 14, we may not win this game. So that play, that one play where he drove it down and was alert to make a basket was a big play.
Coach, obviously you know a lot about Anthony Edwards. Can you just talk about how you defended him and how you thought your team played against
Well, if you give him space, he's making the shot. And what we did is we just tried to crowd him and switch out on him and make it hard for him. And, you know, he was 8 for 17. That's pretty good. And he made baskets that kept it close. You know, but they're more than just him. Rashawn is a really good player, too, and a tough, hard-nosed kid. And you know Wheeler's been here and been done that. He wasn't afraid in this game, and he made plays, made free throws at the end. We were missing free throws. He was making them. So.
Cal, following up on Anthony Edwards, even if he's right in the front row to your left, even if he's one and done, what does getting a guy like that on campus do for a program? And I don't know if this is the time you want to reflect, but even going back to your first year at Kentucky, what was it like for you when you were able to get all those one and dones on campus?
Well, we didn't know other than John Wall. And what I said to John Wall was, you don't leave here by yourself, you take everybody with you. I didn't know that meant 4 of the first round draft picks. I thought it would be 1 or 2 guys. He took everybody. But I don't think of it in terms of that. I'm focused, and I imagine Tom is, how do I help him be the best player so that he's prepared to be a Tyler Hero, a P.J. Washington, who you guys played against? Do you see what they're doing in that league? And if you remember here last year, Tyler didn't play so well. Neither did Keldon. And now, by the end of the year, those guys, that's what the job is. And I worry more about what we do for them than what they're going to do for us, because in the end of the day, if we do right by them, they will do right, and they will bring all the stuff you want to your program and your school. And it's been great for us. I mean, our team right now, we have some guys that, you know, are in that mold of leaving. But we just had a 2.88 grade point average. Not internet classes, not correspondence, 2.88. Ashton had I'm probably not supposed to say his name, but if he got a 3.5, am I not supposed to say that he got a 3.5? I think I'm supposed to. Jerry, you gonna check on that, Jerry?
No, you can do it.
Okay.
Coach.
But that's, you know, these kids, they're doing everything they can, and you know what? Our job is to do for them, make this a great, hold them accountable, make them do what they're supposed to do, play the way they're supposed to play, and then in the end of the day, I think they leave and, you know, our kids, they're tied to Kentucky, all of them, and not all of them left after a year, a bunch of them did, but we've had many stay for 2 and 3 and even 4 years and be in that league, but they're still tied to the university.
Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry.
How much emphasis, if any, and/or pressure do you think that EJ and Ashton maybe have put on themselves coming back home, I guess, to make sure they had a good game?
and they're different kinds. Ashton is like, I'm gonna show, and EJ is, I hope I play. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between the two. And let me say this: EJ played pretty good today, not great, but he is that guy for us. He's that. Let's go. I mean, I think Nick's trying to do everything he can. Got away from rebounding a couple balls late in the game, but our guards came up with those balls. But Nate played well, which is why EJ didn't play as much. But we need him to be what he's capable of doing. He should be the best offensive rebounder, a shot blocker, a runner. Some of the stuff that Nick's doing, dunking around the basket, that should be him. And again, my goal was by the end of the year, that's who he is. I mean, again, I'll say this. I watched the tape of our game last year. You know who was worse than Tyler? Kelvin. He was like a goose egg. And by the end of the year, Kelvin was one of the best players in the country, and Tyler Hero, everybody talked about, and now they regret not drafting him, and there was PJ. PJ played pretty well here. He made some good plays, but.
I would imagine at any point in the previous 2 years, if Ashton had thrown that bounce pass on the break to Nick in traffic, you would have been, maybe you were not screaming, no, but.
No, I didn't say no. I said easy. Good pass, kid. Good pass.
I think Nick had 3 or 4 gathers tonight where
Amazing,
the
right?
pass wasn't maybe there and he just
How about
climbed right
that?
back up.
How about that?
What do you see in those changes?
He's getting better, but he started playing basketball when he was 14. So it's taking him more time, but who cares how long it takes? It's the point of, can I get to that point where I'm a significant player? And he is now.
You mentioned fouls and free throws being an issue tonight. How much do you think, for both teams tonight, that affected the outcome of the game?
Well, again, we shoot 20% more on an average game. There's only been one other game that we didn't shoot as many free throws as the other team. And normally, on the year, I think we've got 100 more than every other opponent. So now, either we were shooting jumpers, or they are a terrific defensive team that doesn't foul. I don't know. But some of it was us shooting jumpers, pull-ups, and all that. Not only did we shoot less, we made less. Did we go 50% from the free throw line? We're an 80% free throw shooting team. 80. Where are we in the country? We weren't today. 50% probably is in the bottom 20 in the country. So we won without making free throws today. It's good to know we can do that.
2 more questions?
Yeah.
John, I know Ashton didn't shoot it well, especially early, but what do you think of his floor game and the
Terrific.
recovery from whatever that ankle thing was?
He, I think he didn't want to practice for 2 days, but I think his floor game, he is so confident and comfortable in his own skin that he and I are like laughing at halftime. He's sitting in front of me and I'm talking to him and he's laughing and I'm laughing. That's how comfortable he is. He knows this is his team to run. He knows I'm giving him space because he's making great decisions. And I'm telling you else why I'm giving him space. Because he is a tough hombre. This guy is physically strong and tough and uses it. So you give him a little space. But he's making good decisions. Again, what did he have today? 5 assists, 2 turns.
A lot of speed.
Maxie had 8 assists and we were on him, he wouldn't pass it.
Coach, you said a couple years ago, spring meetings before Crane had coached the game here, that this was one of the top 2 or 3 jobs in the league. Raised a lot of eyebrows. And what have you seen out of the program? Where do you think George is at? And where do you think you're at?
There's a couple things. One, this is an unbelievable school. Like, I drive around this campus, and I'm like, this is nuts. The downtown area, nuts. This is what college is about, this place right here. Academically, it is a high standard. You can't just, this is a tough place. What's happening in the other sports, in football and baseball and all the other stuff. Basketball, this is one of the top 2 or 3 jobs in our league. It is. And I think Tom is gonna get him there. He's got a lot of young guys. What do you have, 9 freshmen? So what happens with 9 freshmen, you get a lead and all of a sudden there's a little, and they play like freshmen will play, like my guys have played at times. Today, the reason you didn't see much is because I didn't play the freshmen in the second half. I played one about 3 minutes and I didn't play, you know why? Trying to win. So it's hard when you're playing with young kids, but it's all part of the growth. I think Tom will do a great job. I know it, I've known him for years and years. He's a great basketball coach, a great person, represents this school and what this school's about in a great way. And, you know, like I said, went and had a pizza down at Little Italy today. Walked around the downtown and, but it's a great place.